I love how articulate he is. I love how well he can weave his message together.
What I love about your critique is that you're coming to all of this pretty cold, since you had a midlife career change.
I'm so glad that he brought that up, because I meant to say that earlier. But yeah, just the idea that he coming to it pretty cold. But he's not the guy who is in politics, so he's coming with you have the intelligence to see what's going on. You just don't have the biases.
I'm new here.
That, well, I think this about the left wing, that, or I think this about the right wing, that, from 20 years ago, that maybe I haven't taken the time to be like, oh, okay, maybe there was some propaganda. He's just coming in fresh. He's a clean slate. And if you are coming in with a clean slate and you are treating these things with integrity and being honest, then there is no other way or there is no other place to land than where Russell Brand did. And that, again, is why they are so scared of him. There's a reason they will let him be on Tucker Carlson's show, because people who hear Tucker Carlson's name already have, they already know that that's going to be divisive. Russell Brand, too many people like him. Shout out to Kawam Tag. Welcome to the party. Yeah, like I was saying, we went live last night. It was, just in the moment thing. I dropped the link. We had a good time. Very, very good combos. Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the party.
Your critique is that you're coming to all of this pretty cold, since you had a midlife career change. You're doing something very different from what you did 15 years ago. And I'm wondering if your assumptions haven't been completely blown up. You're a British citizen, lived in the country your life. How strange is it to know that your tax dollars are being used against you by your government, which they are? And how bewildering is it to find that the open contest of ideas that we were promised here in the West, may the best idea win, is a sham?
Yes, it's well, I suppose I went into the entertainment industry really with the giddy trajectory that propels a lot of people into those spaces, believing that there might be some fulfillment, and certainly there would be excitement. And when I was a denizen of that world, I was fostered and adored and celebrated and facilitated and lived the kind of lifestyle which I think is kind of common for people in that area, for single people, in my case, drug and alcohol free, but certainly with an appetite for a promiscuous lifestyle. When I was part of it, I found it empty and unfulfilling, of course, as it would be, as anyone who's had those kind of experiences ultimately realizes. When I departed it, as a result really of various spiritual crises or commercial failures or a combination of those events, I really felt like a coming home to the type of values that I grew up with. I grew up in a normal blue collar town, Grays, kind of like a place that's like New Jersey, I guess.
Hey, shout out to Jersey. Let's go. That's where you want your kids to grow up. I mean, I don't know about all that, but this, what he's talking about, I think is so, or maybe it's a lot more universal than we think. This idea of returning to the values, make America great again. That whole thing, I think it's so much more universal than we think of. And because, again, that it's associated with such a divisive figure, it's like, how did make America great again become divisive? And it's just because of association. So these values are, it's not just him. These are the values.
Blue collar town,
that make you happy.
Kind of like a place that's like New Jersey, I guess, a kind of suburban, outside of the city, normal people, good values kind of place. And what I feel like happened is, like, well, since I've had a family, since I've got a young son, I've got a couple of daughters, is I feel like that I was able to deploy the skills learned through working in entertainment as a man in recovery in a new space. And what simply began with myself and my partners is tell the truth about things you care about. Kind of over time, it began to, I suppose Glenn Greenwald the other day, and he goes, you shouldn't be surprised that if you attack the most powerful interest in the world, the deep state, powerful corporations, the machinery of war, that you yourself are the recipient of attacks. Why is that surprising to you? I know, but because sometimes it does feel speculative, doesn't it? You're talking about these really powerful organizations and the way that it's funded and the way that it crosses over and their malfeasant, underhanded, insidious activity.
I love how articulate he is. I love how well he can weave his message together. It's almost like it almost makes you perk up, because he's not just kind of, it's the opposite of just being dry. He has a very artistic and creative way of thinking about things that we usually talk about in a very dry and boring way.
What did you just say?
In the way that it crosses over and their malfeasant, underhanded, insidious activity. And then as it starts to become more popular, as more and more people realize that it's actually true, as more and more people become willing to take back control in their own lives, as more and more people refuse to consent to being treated in this sort of infantile way, having their autonomy and personal and mental and spiritual freedom undermined, their connection to their land undermined, their connection to nature.
And again, we know, shout out to Amanda Kemp over on Facebook. Thank you for the heart react. This connection that he's talking about, the connection to the values, connection to nature, connection to innocence, whatever it is, however you want to talk about it. Again, I think it's more people are realizing that it's not a political policy, it's not a political position, but it's about humanity. It's about like what is it to be human, and how do we get to a place where we are the society that we want to be. And it's just coming back to the basics. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio, and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.